political commentator Belinda DeLucy. Now, Superwoman Suella Braverman is doubling down on her hard-hitting migration bill in Parliament this week, but her tenacity is coming at a cost. There we know stopping the Home Secretary if she manages to stop the boats, which is exactly what the far-left civil service Blob are all too aware of. In a looming fresh round of attacks, Suella has been warned by senior Tory MPs that she's next in line to be taken out by Whitehall's Liberal plotters, having already seen the likes of Boris Johnson, Liz Truss, her predecessor Priti Patel, and most recently Dominic Raab successfully toppled by the British deep state. Now, allies fear a scurrilous new whispering campaign is set to be unleashed on the Home Sec, just weeks after vicious briefing against her saw unnamed Tory sources claim she was dragging the party's reputation through the mud with voters. She need to have her wits about her, but Suella remained bullish on the job in hand with a defiant column in the Daily Telegraph declaring, "For our country to be truly sovereign, we must be able to decide who enters our territory and on what terms. This is a matter of such unimpeachable logic and common sense that it's astonishing anyone dissents." Here. But Belinda
Nothing astonishes me about woke anymore.
The next who is going to become the target of the deep state, because let's be honest, this woman wants to stop the boats.
I think she's definitely on the target list. I think she's been there for some time, but the sort of lefty, liberal, pro-EU, pro-mass immigration folk that you talk about are deeply inside the Conservative Party, and that is the problem. She is facing the machinery of a very woke, lefty, liberal Tory party. She's fighting
Tory
against
party
the Conservative
isn't conservative anymore.
I mean,
it's just another brand of wokeness.
There are two very different wings at the moment.
And unfortunately, it's such a broad church now. It's become a circus. It's almost
but the point is, she's the Home Secretary. The Blob should be working to do what she needs to do to save the country, Caroline. They shouldn't be working to get her sacked, but that's what they did with Priti Patel.
They've been gunning for her from the start, exactly as they did with Priti Patel. Remember, she was accused of being a bully too.
What is it they don't like about powerful conservative ethnic minority women, Carol?
Well, it is odd, isn't it? And it is odd that Priti Patel was accused of bullying too. This just seems to be the thing. But it's incredible that we have a situation where the UK's elected government is incapable of controlling the state. Now, Rishi Sunak has to look at what is happening here and deal with this.
That's why he should never have given on.
No, he shouldn't. And this is exactly what we knew was going to happen. This is frustrating democracy at every turn. And you mentioned before, there's now rumours of a new whispering campaign against Suella. They're going to bring up more ministerial.
I don't even think they're whispering. They're shouting.
But they're going to drag out more ministerial code breaches and all the rest of it. And all because she wants to do what the British public wants her to do. Every poll you see, they want the boats stopped. And remember a few months ago,
45,000 illegals, not legitimate, Ukrainians or Afghans. 45,000 illegals are expected this year. That's an awful lot for a little island. That's like the size of a large town.
Presumably, as a man without much logic or common sense, you are going to dissent.
Well, that's bullying, Dan.
Yeah.
We've got hotel barges laid to one side ready for them. We've got these two old RAF bases which have been fixed up rapidly at great expense because we just can't keep these illegals out. Not the same league as America's problem, but just the same. It's the same. It's coming over the channel. It's coming over from Mexico.
Have you ever, by the way, because I have you ever sent an email and you're writing a horrible email, right, about someone and you have their name in your head and so you type, come on, you've done that before. I've never sent those emails to you directly, so we've survived that. But the truth is that if she was serious about stopping the boats, then you wouldn't have more people coming over through the channel than you have since 2003-04. But when there was a Labour government, the time it took, when the figures were last this high, the time it took to deal with those boats and those refugees was a fraction of now. Do you not understand why that is happening? It is happening in large part. I mean, I agree with Belinda DeLucy, partly because of the Conservative Party having this left-wing wing, but also partly because of the civil service, the woke blobs, the deep state's constant to undermine government policy.
takes them 18 months. And that's because they want it to take 18 months. In France, it takes 6 months. Here, it takes 18. Why is that?
But
they're useless.
But what's ridiculous is that you're not blaming, instead you're endorsing the person who's in charge of
because
that system.
lawyers from their own community are making vast amounts of vast sums of money on fruitless appeals, pointless appeals, paid for, again, by the UK taxpayer. Crazy, isn't it?
That's tosh. In 2008, it was 4,800 came across in the boats, and now it's last year 40,000.
4 years before that,
I just want to say, as an example of what Suella is facing, the former border force chief came out saying borders, bloody borders, they're a pain in the arse. He was anti-borders. This was our border force chief. We've got the chief. Yeah, there are so many people in the civil service that are against Suella.
Absolutely. Now look, gender extremism has taken yet another dark turn with a chilling warning from a trans activist to women who stop amusing female toilets in an now deleted US TikTok post. This is Tara J. They began transition in 2017, but Tara J is threatening violence against females who oppose him using their spaces.
If you back a wild animal into a corner, they're going to become a dangerous animal. So if you want to die on that hill of yours of righteousness and moral majority, then you go right ahead. I dare you to try and stop me from going into a women's bathroom. It will be the last mistake you ever make. This is a call to action. You need to arm up. Plain and simple. Go out and buy a gun. Learn how to use it efficiently, through and through. Because there are lots of people like me who are not afraid to die.
Wow. But trans violence is not the only side of gender ideology currently sweeping the globe. The mocking of women continued in Canada, where emasculated politicians paraded around their parliament wearing pink high heels in an apparent show of solidarity to female victims of violence. The stunt aimed to, quote, educate men and boys about gender-based violence, while raising cash for a shelter, but I think it's actually ridiculing women. Linda Lucy, Benjamin Butterworth, Carol Malone, do stay